last weekend I went to Manchester on Friday and came back on Sunday. And I had a jam on Saturday with three amazing musicians, Paddy Steer, Graham Massey and Alan Shunya, who's an amazing violin and cello and bass player. And Graham Massey plays clarinet and saxophone and guitar and keys. Always better known as 808 State, but he's a great musician. And Paddy Steer plays drums and keys, and it was in his house and it was fantastic. We recorded it. No idea what's going to happen with it, but I'll play a little snippet. I don't know if I'm allowed. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, so that was great. And I didn't have a ticket for Autechre, and I sorted one out. I got one off the waiting list at about 4 p.m. And I've been on the waiting list for like 4 months or something. So ticket came up, so I got it. And the gig was amazing. I've seen Autechre 6 times now. And the one in Dublin and Vicar Street in 2023 was absolutely incredible. And this one was just as good, if not better. It's up there. It was different for me. In Vicar Street in 2023, I was sitting on the balcony. And I was regretting getting a seat because it was much more rhythmical than I expected. Because the previous time I saw them in 2019, there wasn't many beats at all in the National Concert Hall. But of course, like, you can't ever expect anything with Autechre. I just thought, I'll sit down and listen to a nice soundscapey gig. And it was totally danceable. I mean, if it was danceable in Vicar Street in 2023, to me, in Manchester, it was impossible not to dance. It was very beat-driven, but the beats were warping and mutating in ways only Autechre can do. Incredible detail in the beats. I don't know for a fact, but what I believe is that Autechre's system for playing live, which they've developed over the last few years, is where they've programmed algorithms, probably through Max MSP, to take beats and like almost like a jazz drummer would, to like go build tension into the rhythm. So say it's a 4-bar loop, you hear the beat kind of go really out there by the 4th bar, but then come back in on the next cycle, so that you're always building this tension and resolving it. It's absolutely excellent. Really, really great. Now, there wasn't many people dancing. In the section where I was standing, me and a couple in front of me and my friend, we were dancing. Me and the guy, especially me and the other guy, we were like really getting into it and dancing, but like everyone else standing around was just like standing there like stock still, either because they don't dance, or they do but they couldn't discern the pulse of the music. It was not like obvious 4/4 music, but at the same time strongly rhythmical. Anyways, at the gig when I arrived, there was a DJ playing, can't remember the name now, kind of quiet, and people were standing around talking, and then there was a live set by a guy called SDEM, I don't know how to pronounce it, but he was great. Here's a couple of snippets of his set. And then there was another DJ set, same DJ, and this was with the kind of new century lights on and everything. And then was it like 10 o'clock? Yeah, I think it was 10 o'clock. Autechre were supposed to come on, and there was like a period of time before they started playing where they were on stage and the lights were going off and the crowd was kind of building anticipation. It was maybe just quiet music. It took a while, and then the music came on, and they started playing. And after about 10 minutes of the music, something really weird happened, which was they went into this kind of quiet, ambient-y, synthy stuff, and then out of just like suddenly a really loud beat came on, like boom, boom, and it stopped after one bar like that, and just silence. To which I was thinking, oh wow, if they did that on purpose. Well, at first I thought, oh, they're doing that on purpose. What a bold move, Massive gig, 1,000 people in Manchester on a Saturday night. One bar of a really loud groove and then just silence. And the weird kind of synthy ambient texture quiet was there again, and then again. It was kind of like a straightforward backbeat. And it's again, the second time it stopped after one bar. And this is happening probably over about the course of 5 minutes. That I think it happened 3 or 4 times, and each time after one bar, silence. And the last time it happened, there was a good 5 minutes of silence, which I recorded. Just happened to record that bit. You can hear the crowd, some people starting to jeer, say your shit, and it was a weird atmosphere. And at that point, I still was like, are they supposed to be doing this? But I was like leaning more towards, this is a technical error now. It's almost as if that beat, whatever that beat was, that file was crashing the system somehow. Who knows why? But after the lengthy silence, where possibly they're rebooting the whole system, the music came back on, and from then to the rest of the gig, which I think they were supposed to play until 11:15 p.m, but they played it until 11:30 p.m, so 15 extra minutes because of that. And the whole rest of the set was absolutely brilliant. Totally made up for it. And I didn't really care about it was just weird. Interesting. It's like, oh wow, one of the foremost electronic music acts in the world, and they can still have a major technical glitch. Which made me think about, when you're playing a guitar on stage, what can happen? You can break a string, so when it passes you a new guitar or a fresh guitar, and you just keep playing. When you're playing with computers, you don't have a computer. You don't have a spare computer ready to go. Your computer crashes, 5 minutes silence. That's what's going to happen. So, but the music that they played from when they got going again until the end was beyond description, really was. And when I was saying earlier about having a seat in Vicar Street, when I listened to their set in Vicar Street, excuse me, it literally put me into this deep state of like concentration, probably the deepest state I've had listening to a performance in many years. But I would rather have been standing in Vicar Street so I could move around. And in this gig, the music put me into a deep state, but I could move, so it wasn't like, it's hard to describe it, like it was almost dreamlike at the last Vicar Street. For me, sitting on the balcony, I was like going into this weird state kind of, but in Manchester, so I could move around, the music almost made me move in ways I've never moved before. It was mad. The rhythms, it's crazy. I think that Autechre are the best live act in electronic music. I think that whereas most electronic acts concentrate on the studio, producing albums, Autechre have concentrated on improvising, on playing live, and a fresh set every tour, which they, can manipulate and make interesting each time. which is absolutely mind-boggling. So I'd love to know, what they're actually doing. Manipulating, the sounds and the way that they're interacting. But I think their system, I think, it's got years and years and years of experience and knowledge put into shaping these sounds and beats that they throw in, and lush chords and melodies come in, and people were talking about the vocal snippets that they heard coming in and out. Even like Rod Stewart, someone heard a bit of that. I didn't hear it, but they just throw their elements in there, and it just like churns it up. And the beats were absolutely, they were slamming, and the tempos were rising through the gig, and a few more little snippets there. So that was my experience. After they finished, Rob Hall was DJing. I stayed for about 20 minutes. His set was brilliant as well to start, but I was really tired then, so went home. And came back to Bristol on Sunday, and then Monday started feeling sore throat, and sick. Hope I'm better tomorrow. So that's it. That's why this video is a bit late. But yeah, if you're at the gig, if you're at the Autechre gig, leave a comment. Tell me what you thought of it. I was asking other people who I knew were there and looking on Reddit and stuff, and the consensus was technical errors. And someone said also that they had a similar technical glitch in a recent set, but not as bad. So I wonder about that. It's interesting. Yeah. Okay, that's all from me today. Got 5 spots left on the current offer for my course, where you get, as well as getting the course for £189, you get 5 group Zooms and 1-to-1 with me. So 30-minute group. 5 group Zooms and 1-to-1. A 30-minute 1-to-1 with me. 5 left, grab it if you want it. All right, see you, bye.